Okay, now I think everything is okay now, right? Okay, let's get into delete operation, and later we'll do global exception handling with the support of REST controller advice. Global exception handling, okay. Then we'll go for Swagger documentation. What is that? Swagger documentation. These are the three topics that we have to do, guys. Okay, right. Why you removed Chicky? Okay. Hmm. Fine. Yes, my dear. 717. Yeah, 717, right? File new. What is there? I think already we have a project, right? Yeah. There I want to add delete related one-to endpoint methods, guys. Delete operation related one-to endpoint methods. Mini project here. Let's go to what? Service. iActor management service, my dear. That's great. Here is what? Public string. Public string. Public string. Remove actor by ID. What is there, guys? Int ID. Remove actor by ID, int ID, boss. That's great. Okay. Actor management service IMPL. Add unimplemented methods. What is there? Add unimplemented methods. Okay. Tell me here. What is the story, guys? First, load the object. We need to load the object. Yeah, tell me. Actor is equal to, I mean to say actor entity actor is equal to. Actor entity actor is equal to. What is there? Doc repo dot. What repo dot? Doctor repo na, actor repo na. Okay. Actor repo dot. Find by ID. Find by ID. Or else throw. Find by ID or else throw. Tell me. New illegal argument exception. What is there? Invalid ID. New new illegal argument exception, invalid ID. That's it. Okay. This is about actor story, my dear. Come on, everyone. Okay. Actor entity, actor, guys. Next one. delete the object. If not found, we are throwing exception, otherwise we are deleting it. Yes, boss. Tell me here, what is the story? Actor repo dot delete by ID. Delete by ID. ID doctor has been removed. ID actor has been removed. Has been removed. Okay, guys. Right click, run as Java. Oh, we have not called in API, na? That's an incomplete then. Okay, then what is there? REST. Actor operations controller. REST actor operations controller. Yeah. Public, what is there? Response entity string. Public response entity string. Tell me. Delete actor @path variable into ID. That's it. @path variable into ID. @delete mapping. Where is that? @delete mapping /remove. /remove ID as the path variable. ID as the path variable. Okay, that's great. Use service. Try, guys. String message is equal to actor service dot remove actor by ID. Return new response entity. Return new response entity message. HTTP status dot OK. What is next? Catch. Exception E. Catch exception E. Return new response entity. Problem in deletion. E dot get message. HTTP status dot internal server error. End of the method. Internal server error, end of the method. /remove ID. Okay, na? Right. Public response entity string delete actor @path variable into ID, guys. Okay. Right click, run on server. What's the use of creating actor object? To check whether actor is available or not. Because delete method return type is what? Delete method return type is what? void. So we cannot generate a message. We cannot confirm whether record is deleted or not. We find record. If there, we can write positive message. If not there, anyhow exception we are throwing. Whatever object we captured, it's waste, no doubt. It's a waste object only. But how to check? We have to check, na? For checking purpose, we have done that find by ID method call. Say next. Say finish. Yeah. So we have to take a postman now, my dear. Yeah. Let's take the postman. Collections. What is there? Collections. Right click, guys. Add request. Right click, add request. Delete by ID. What by ID, guys? Delete by ID. Where is this? Delete. Actor API. What is there? Remove. Remove. Slash. I think 8 is there, na? Okay. 8 is there. Click on send button. 405 not allowed as usually because I have to send which mode request? Delete mode. Right? 8 actor has been removed. 8 actor has been removed. It's happened or not happened, guys? 8 actor has been removed. Okay. So this is for single record deletion, right? But I want to delete actors based on his fee range, guys. I want to delete the actors based on his what? Fee range. Okay, now? Now let's see. I want to delete the actors based on his what? Fee range. Where is this, guys? iActor repository. Yeah. So again, go to service, guys. But we do have any method to delete the record based on fee range? No. We need to develop custom methods now, boss. That too, non-select operation. So we have to add transactional, at the rate modifying, and what? At the rate modifying and at the rate query. Then only this delete query will work. So first go to repository, guys. iActor repository. iActor repository. 1 minute in rest, boss, in rest. Actor operations controller. Yeah, everything is kept. Yeah, tell me here. Public int, numeric value only will get na boss. Yeah, public int. Remove actors by P range. Double start, double end. Remove actors by fee range. Double start, double this. At the rate modifying, at the rate transaction. At the rate modifying, at the rate transaction. Clear, guys? Come on, everyone. Yes. At the rate modifying, at the rate transaction. I actor management service IMPL, right? Actor management service IMPL. Okay. com.nt dot this. Actor operations rest controller. Here is my word. At the rate delete mapping slash remove slash ID. Actor management service. We have to write implementation. But before writing implementation in the repository, we are ready with query colon start colon end. Okay. Now we have to declare the method here. Public string. We want return. Remove actors by. Okay. Delete actors by fee range. Double start, double end. Double start, double end. Okay. Use service. Use service. Into count is equal to, where is this? Actor repo dot. Remove actors by fee range. Start comma end. Okay. Return. Count number of actors are removed. Count number of actors are removed, guys. Everyone getting my point? Yes. Count number of actors are removed. Okay. Count number of actors are removed, guys. Done. This is done, guys. Yeah. Followed by that, what is the next thing we have to worry about? We have to develop endpoint method here, na? Let's develop the endpoint. Public response entity string. What is this? Response entity string. Delete actors by P. Okay, that's fine. At the rate path variable. Okay, at the rate path variable. Double start. Another one. At the rate path variable. Double end. Double start and what? Double end. Okay, that's great. Yeah, tell me, guys. Double start and what? Double end. At the rate delete mapping. Come on. At the rate delete mapping. Slash remove. What is that? Slash start slash end. Slash remove slash start slash end.
भैया 30 तारीख हो गया, 1 2 3
Latin
दिन बाकी
guys.
है, 3 का टिकट निकाल लूँ।
Slash start slash.
मेरा
What
बहुत
is
टाइम
next one? Use service.
2 दिन भाग दूँ भैया।
Try block guys. Where is this? String message is equal to
सो जा रहा हूँ, फिर रात को 12 बजे 11:30
actor service dot
फिर खाना खा रहा हूँ।
delete actors by fee range. Start comma end. Return new
मेरा इधर ही
response entity.
नीचे साड़ी आएगा मेरे।
Return new response entity. Tell me next one.
इधर पड़ता है तेरा।
Return new response entity. Message comma http status dot http status dot. Come on. Okay. http status dot. Okay, guys. Super boss.
पप्पा देखो, पप्पा अब आएंगे।
http status dot. Okay, guys. That's good.
एक महीना
If any problem comes, we are catching and handling the exception.
समझ में आया तो ठीक, नहीं तो
Say
पिछले
paste.
पिछले में जाके वो
Problem in deletion, internal server error. So based on the given fee range, it is trying to delete the records, guys. Right click, run on server, say next, say finish.
तुम्हारे तरीका तक हम लोग आ ही नहीं पाएंगे अब। चालू लो फ्रिज, आज से चालू है, ठंडा है वो।
Say next, say finish. Right click here, add request. Right click here, add request. Delete actors by fee range. Delete actors by fee range. Tell me next one. Delete. Here is what? API. Boot REST Pros 9 mini project actor API. Here is what? Remove. Remove. What are the things you want to remove, guys? Start range and end range. So what is, I think big numbers are there. Some 2 lakh is given, 2 lakh is given. Some 10 lakh is given. So what is the mode of request I have to give? Delete. Click on send button. Problem in this one. Execute update must be an insert or update or delete statement. Oh, what is there? Must be an insert or update or delete. What query I have written? Delete query only I have written. Oh, super. No one noticed the delete from. Because from is going to be select na. If you write only from, it is going to be select query, right? Okay, let it be. Let's actually, I think changes will be taken dynamically. Run on server, say next, say finish. come to this, let me save it, then only it is remembering the data. Okay. Click on what, guys? Send button. Invalid ID. Oh, acha, this is wrong. And moreover, here one more problem is happening. Start range and end range. Okay. Yeah, 3 number of actors are removed. Okay. Show all actors, guys. Click on send. Right now, empty table. That means almost we lost the all the actors. Fine. So this is about API development. Tell me, API development is really difficult, huh? It's looking like MVC1, but only endpoints we are developing by keeping REST in mind, RESTful web service in mind. So now onwards, when someone says API development, don't panic. This is how API will be developed. Maybe business logics may be different, more custom queries we have to write. That's good, guys. Can we add mailing address? Ayyo. Can we add mailing in this example? Ankit, whatever you want, you can write in business logic. For example, there is a shopping business logic. Once the shopping is over, use the mailing API to generate the email. Our payment activity is happening. Once payment activity is done in the service class method, you take some private method support, complete the mailing activity. Whatever you want, you can do. Not just for database operation, lot of business activities we can do. Anything that is required, you have to write in business logic. Not only just data JPA activities, any other activity also you can do that. Fine. Okay. Okay. Now, in this project, if you observe very carefully, we are doing local exception handling now, boss. Handling, we are doing handling exception everywhere, right? Instead of that, you can go for global exception handling with the support of what? Controller advice. Controller advice is now changed to REST controller advice. It also makes Java class as Spring Bean come advice class. Spring Bean come advice class. What's the advantage of this side? Array, your endpoints are generating common exceptions, guys. Instead of handling every exception separately, it's better to handle only for one time for that exception. And you can write exception related messages in one time in one method itself. Suppose overall your controller advice or service class methods are generating 4 or 5 types of exception. By just writing 4 methods for exception handling, okay, your exception handling is over. There is no need of working with generics in response entity, question mark symbol, success means one thing, failure means one thing. Those headaches are not there, guys. Those headaches are not there. Okay, guys. So now let's see. Same mini project copy I am taking. This is number 10. Mini project actor API. What is this? Controller advice. Controller advice. Close all editors. Controller advice.
चाचा चाचा वो मेरे घर पे ना लैपटॉप का चार्जिंग देने बोलो ना, मेरा भांजा लेके आएगा.
Controller advice. Right click. Properties. Web project settings. Web project settings. Copy this. properties, copy, paste, apply, apply and close. Apply, apply and close, guys. Apply, apply and close. Everyone getting my point there or not? Yes, boss. Boot REST Project 10, Mini Project, Actor API, Controller Advice, Boot Dev Tools. Right, guys? Boot Dev Tools. Okay. Mini Project, Actor API, Controller Advice. Yeah. See, guys, overall, exception is there and illegal argument exception is there. Only two things are coming. See, controller advice will respond for the exceptions raised in what? Controller advice will respond for the exceptions raised in what? Come on. For the exceptions raised in service class and also for the exception raised in controller class. It will respond for both, guys. It just won't respond for single one. It will respond for both. Are you getting my point there, guys? Right. Okay, let me open the document and let me add this point, guys. Paint here. File open. File open. Class content. Where is this? Spring, guys. Followed by that, what is there?
जाएंगे 3 तारीख तक 3 तारीख तक आ जाएंगे चाचा गली में जा रहे हो ना 3 तारीख चाचा मेरे घर पे बोल दो चार्जिंग देने लैपटॉप का और एक दिलबाग का
1103.
मेरे लैपटॉप का और दिलबाग भी बोल देना एक दिलबाग
717. All right, guys.
उधर घर पे है
Spring Boot REST. What is there? Spring Boot REST. More on REST template. This session 4. Mini project. Yeah, mini project in Spring Boot. Yeah, you're already there. REST controller advice is already there. Okay, now you'll just write the message, guys, nothing else. REST controller advice. REST controller advice or @controller advice. Advice makes the Java class as Spring Bean come advice class. Okay, having ability to handle the exceptions raised in the and raised in the, tell me, having ability to handle the exceptions raised in the service class and controller class. Service class and controller class.
चला लोगे 4 दिन आपने मोबाइल
Service
पकड़ा नहीं
class
है
and controller class.
अब मोबाइल पहले कैसा था ना असल में पढ़ा नहीं ना तो पढ़ने का क्या मोबाइल के लिए कैसा वैसा ये भी है
Okay.
सिस्टम वही है अच्छा लोग ऐसा अच्छा लो
Instead of doing endpoint level, what level? Endpoint level, local exception handling. It is recommended to do class level. What is there? Global exception handling. Class level global exception at using at the rate rest controller advice class. What class, guys? Using at the rate rest controller advice class. Simply, literally, we have to use what? Rest controller advice class, my dear. Okay, that's great. Fine. Okay, now this is advice one I have taken. So first of all, what I do is I will develop this. I will develop a class. What is our REST controller, guys? Actor API REST controller advice. Actor API REST controller advice. That's good.
चालू पुनः
Yeah, tell me. REST controller advice. That's good. Okay. So overall, we noticed two exception and illegal argument exception. By writing two methods, we can complete that, guys. See, guys, public response entity. Public response entity is string. Okay. Handle IAE, illegal argument exception. Illegal argument exception. Illegal argument exception, IA. Illegal argument exception, IA. Okay, that's good. At the rate exception handler, tell me. Illegal argument. Illegal argument exception dot class. This method will respond only when illegal argument exception is raised. And while executing, it will capture that object and throws that object, right, boss? While executing, it will capture that object and what? Throws object. Return new. What is there? Return new. Tell me. Return new. Response entity. What's happening? Return new. Response entity string. Okay. Okay. Problem. Only common message I am writing. E dot get message. It is not E, guys. This is I dot. I dot get message. HTTP status dot OK. HTTP status dot what? Okay. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Okay, guys. Yes, boss. Response entity is string problem IAE dot get message comma HTTP status dot OK. Fine, guys. Okay, that's good. Tell me, public, what is there? Response entity is string. Okay, handle all exceptions. What is there? Exception E, guys. Exception E. At the rate exception handler. Tell me. Exception dot class. Exception dot class. Tell me. Return new response entity string. Problem in handling. Problem in handling. E dot get message. Problem in what? Handling. E dot get message. Return new response entity string, guys. Problem in handling. E dot get message. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Why error is coming? Status code. Okay. HTTP status dot internal server error is the better. And it's a error related one, na? Here also better to keep what? Internal server error. Yeah. Okay. Problem E dot get message. This is illegal argument related one. This is common one. It is handling all the this one. Like this, you can write any number of method. These are global was, not specific to one endpoint method, two endpoint method. These are common for multiple service class method exceptions that are raised, REST controller class exceptions that are raised. That's why it comes under what? Global exception handling. What is that? Okay. So once you do this, guys, there is no need of going for try catch block here. Is there any need of going for try catch block separately, my dear? Remove the try. Tell me this. Remove the try. Remove this one. Okay. Next, try. Remove this. When you are okay. Next. Okay. Only success part. Failure part you need not to worry now, right? Failure part you need not to worry. So when you are not worried about failure part, you can directly write a return type na. Iterable actor VO. Iterable actor VO. Next. Response entity. Where is this, guys? Actor VO. Response entity actor VO. That's great. Close it. Yes, guys. Here what is there? Here also iterable actor view. Iterable actor view. Try block, catch block, update actor. Try block, catch block. Yes. Done this. Yes. Yes, like this we are ready with everything, but it does not mean we are not handling exception. We are handling exception in a global place. Okay, now let's see. Run and server. Hey, you can use embedded also, not a problem. Okay. Remove all, finish. Okay. Yes, guys. Let it be. Come to this same mini project. Maybe URL is different. Maybe URL is different. Okay. Where is this mini project? Is there any question of copying this? Any question of copying this, guys? Not there, huh? Okay. In the same thing, I will add one, two extra things, guys. Okay, that's better. Add request. Okay, I'll go for post only. I'll go for post. What is the URL? Here is the URL. Here is the URL. Say paste. Mini project actor API controller advice. What advice, guys? Mini project actor API controller advice. Tell me here, what is there? Actor API controller advice. Here, what is the point we have to worry about, guys? Controller advice. Okay, register actor. Controller advice, register actor. Here, what is slash actor API. What API? Actor API slash register. Actor API. Body, guys. Raw, guys. JSON. Raw JSON. Just a minute. Save it. We'll save that one. Okay, here, where is this? Register actor. No data here. Register actors. Is there any data, boss? No. Show all actors. No data. Find actor by ID. No data. Find actors by fee. Click on send. 404. Acha, the request is different. The request is different, I understood. Okay. So I will type boss. No option, I have to type here. I thought of. Okay. What is the first one? D name. Raja. It's a name, huh? Sure. Huh? Okay. Next, what are the other properties we are having, guys? Entity, actor entity. It's not entity, we should think about VO. We should think about what? VO. Actor VO. AID, A name, category, fee, industry, date of birth. Industry, date of birth. A name, tell me. Category. category. What is there, guys? Hero.
हाँ तो बूम लगा है
Next, fee, some number.
कोई थमा दिया अंधेरे में
Next,
अंधेरा था ना
industry.
हाँ सॉरी भैया
Spell is right, huh? Industry. What is there? Tollywood. Industry. This R is not required. Okay. Next one. DOB, huh? DO. DOB. Tell me. 2001, 10th month, 20th year. T 1133. We are going for this insertion. After fee, comma is missing. Okay, now we are right. Click on send button. Actor object is saved ID value what? 21. Okay, that's not a great thing. It's anyhow happening, it will happen, boss. But what's the headache? When I give wrong data, whether that is handling the exception or not. More than 30 characters I kept in category. Click on send button. Yeah, problem could not execute statement. Okay, problem. Array, that controller advice is giving problem or not, guys? Whatever message is there in controller advice that is coming here or not, guys? So instead of handling global exception, we are able to, instead of going for local exception handling, we are able to manage with global exception handling or not, guys? Okay. We'll search for this one also, guys. Add request, controller advice, find by ID. Get only, say paste, tell me, what is there? Actor API. What API, guys? Actor API slash, how much? 8. Actor API slash 8. Problem, no static resource actor API, no. Slash find, what is this? Slash find 20.
भैया रोज ले लो ना पैसा
21 is there, guys. I'll give some 33. Is available or not? Problem invalid ID. Message is coming here or not there? Okay. Subhashish Sahu, in previous execution, numbers are used now, my dear. We create sequence from 1, we insert 2, 3 element. We have not inserted 2, 3, we inserted many elements, right? Okay. And when we restart Eclipse, it starts from 21. It's not like that, guys. Because it's not there in Eclipse ID. It's there in what? Schema. It's there with what? Schema. It's there in the supporting table that are generated in what? My Eclipse. Okay, anyhow, it's the database part, guys. It's not this. Yeah. Again, when we restart, it starts from 41. Oh, okay. Fine. That is not there in our control. That's a purely database side. If you delete the helper table, again it starts from 1. But whenever you restart, do you think data should be lost? No, nah. Fine. It's a purely database side activity, guys. We don't worry about. Yes, this is about REST controller advice. So it's there for global exception handling now, my dear. Okay, here different numbers I have taken, that's fine. Okay. Right, now let's go for API documentation. API. Okay, Swagger API doc. I'm developing front end using React in versus in VS Code, backend Eclipse. They both running on different port number. Don't, that is a different project, this is a different project. Send the request. Front end application should send request to what? Backend. Why are you trying to integrate? Don't integrate. Don't make them running on same port number. That's a separate application, this is a separate application. How I am sending request from postman? Front end application should send request to what? Back end. Panu Prakash, use brain ra worst fellow. Integration not keeping both in same project. No. Front end is running in its own application. Back end is running as its own application. How I am sending request from what? Postman. I have to generate request and URLs from where? Front end application. That is what we have to do. In the place of postman, you assume your front end application. That's it. So that means you should have a knowledge in React, how to send REST calls, how to send REST calls, right? Okay. Okay, guys. Now let's try to understand what is API. Developing REST controller having API creation or development. Developing REST controller having different methods or operation for HTTP method type, like get, post, patch, put, delete, etc. is called API creation or development. Oh. The RESTful web service provider or server or producer application development is called what? API creation. We generally take one REST controller per module. So developing each REST controller is called what? API creation. Developing each REST controller is called what? API creation. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay, guys. RESTful web service provider or server application is called API creation. Each REST controller development is called what? API. What do you mean by endpoints, guys? Providing multiple details or collection of details that are required to call methods or operations of REST controller for a client application, or to send requests from different tools like Postman is called providing endpoints. Okay, account controller, nothing but account API. The endpoints are base URL account API, register /register post endpoint 1, find by ID /find ID get mode method endpoint 2, delete by ID delete endpoint 3. Total how many endpoints are taken, guys? 3 endpoints are taken. How many endpoints are taken? 3 endpoints. Each REST API or REST controller is called API. Each method in that REST controller is called one endpoint. Each method in REST controller is called what? One endpoint. Clear, guys? Got the point here? Come on, everyone. Each REST API, REST controller is called API. Each method in REST controller is called what? One endpoint. Okay. The endpoints of any API, we need to provide multiple details like URL, method name, request path, HTTP method type, content type, path variables, and etc. Like this. Store is the API, guys. Get is the method type. Store /inventory is the URL. Description, coming or not coming. Okay, these are the REST operation 1. Here we are providing endpoint details of store API. Postman is given for API testing, where Swagger is given for what? API documentation come testing. This is called responsive documentation. What do you mean by responsive? Not only we can read about the endpoint, we can test then and there. Anyone observed w3schools.com? For HTML tags, you will get documentation. But there only we provide environment to test or not, guys. Connected, not checked, not checked. Okay, w3c schools.com.
मेरा भंजा
w3c schools.com.
बुरा नहीं होएगा 90 है देखो
Hey, what's happening? Just a w3, huh?
देखो मेरे को कोई सुबह सुबह थमा दिया फिर ऐसा क्यों बना
Yeah. You search HTML only. Okay. For example, HTML colors. I have chosen the top chapter HTML colors. After giving example, try yourself is there. Try yourself here there. Okay, here I can try with some other color also. Danger cyan. Dodger cyan, whatever it is. Run. Dodger cyan is not there. Okay, only cyan. Run. It's coming. See, that is explanation is there, code is there, we can test the code. That's why it is called responsive documentation. What is this? Response.
हमारे साथ रोज धोखा हो
We can write documentation for Java classes in multiple ways. Using separate text document, very bad.
काम पे चलूंगा
Using API documentation comment. Documentation comments are there. Slash star 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 slash. And Java doc tool. This is the best. Among these two things is the best, right? Both these approaches are non-responsive documentation. That means we can read about Java classes and methods, but we cannot test them what? Immediate. We cannot test them what? Immediately. Are you understanding my statement, boss? We cannot test them immediately. After developing REST API, we can provide API documentation for REST API in the following ways. Using separate test documents, guys, come on. Using API documentation comments. Using API documentation comments, right? Okay, guys. Slash star 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 slash. Using Swagger API is the best option or not, guys? Using Swagger API is the best option or not, guys? Come on, everyone.
अरे 3-4 दिन और
Okay. Open, or we can use Open API support. Or definitely we can use what? Open API support. Are you getting my point there or not there? Or Swagger 3.x is nothing but Open API. Separate text document, API documentation, Swagger. For Java classes, this one. For REST API, 3 options are there. For Java classes, 2 options. Create non-responsive API documentation. What's the meaning of that? We cannot we create non-responsive API documentation. That's really bad or not there? Super, guys. Using Swagger API or Open API creates the responsive API documentation. What is that? Responsive API documentation. Not only we can see the documentation, we can happily go for what? This. Swagger API internally uses Bootstrap support to showcase the responsive documentation. Swagger API or Open API gives API documentation only on what? REST controller, not on service repository classes. Open API is alternate to Swagger API. The industry standard is still what? Swagger API up to Spring Boot 2.x. But here change is there. From Spring Boot 3.x, industry is preferring to use what? Open API, nothing but Swagger 3.x API, guys. Swagger 3.x API. Responsive documentation means we can read about what classes, we can test them there, we can test them there itself. w3schools.com, Swagger API, Open API docs, generated file, RESTful API. Swagger API, Open API docs, generated for RESTful API. That is called responsive documentation. Agree with me, guys?
लोग 13 रुपए की डिस्काउंट
Okay.
दिए हाँ बोले उपा मार के
Swagger API, guys.
वो उसका वो मारा होगा क्या बोलते हैं सदाम
It's an open source third party library to provide responsive API documentation for REST controller method. Good up to 2.x. For all REST controller of project, we can create API documentation from single place working with Swagger API. Responsive documentation means not only we get documentation about API and its endpoint, but we can also test them immediately by providing inputs and by getting out. If this is used, there is no need of using Postman tool separately, and also very useful to provide documentation based testing environment for clients. Springbox plus Swagger together released libraries that are required to use Swagger API in Spring Boot application. Okay. Swagger API documentation provides the following details in what? GUI responsive docs, API info, endpoints info, model classes info. While working with the Swagger documentation for reading and testing, we need not to remember and give URL, HTTP method type, content type, etc. We just need to give required inputs and get the output. And every template is readily available, guys. The template is what? Readily available. Using Postman, we can just test RESTful API, whereas using Swagger or Open API, we can get responsive docs of RESTful API, using which we can also test the REST operations. Using which we can also test the what? REST operation. Procedure to work with what? Swagger API. This only in what? Spring Boot 2.x REST application, legacy or what? Outdated. Anyhow, we are not ready with what? Spring Boot 2.x project. We are ready with what? 3.x project. But how to use that open API of 3.x that I kept over here. Check it out. Spring Boot API documentation using Open API. Open API is nothing but Swagger 3.x API now, my dear. Open API is nothing but Swagger 3.x API, right? Okay, fine. How to use that, how to enjoy this responsive documentation, we will discuss what tomorrow. Once that is over, we try to develop what, guys? REST clients. Okay. So with that, our RESTful web service will be over. Followed by that, we will be dealing with what? Okay, microservices. Common topics, anyhow, they will happen on weekends. This Saturday, Sunday, you'll be having online class, guys. Okay. The class timing will be around 9 o'clock. I'll let you know. 8 or 9 I will keep, guys. Okay. Around 9 o'clock, online topic. The topic name, everything I will discuss. Saturday, Sunday, you'll be having online class of common topic. Mostly we will be discussing, what? Common topic for all people. Scheduling is over. Batch processing is over, right? Batch processing is not over, right? Batch processing is over or not over? Batch processing is not over. Batch processing is good or something else is good. Okay. Mail is over, right? Okay. Yeah, I'll give the topic name. Security time is there because I have to keep other batches also in mind. Na? Okay. Security I will launch, but time is there. Okay. MongoDB, you are ready. Other batch is ready. But we need one more batch is not ready. That batch is not ready. MongoDB also time is there. I'll take Spring Boot, JMS, Apache, Kafka topics, guys. They are messaging concepts, no way related to what? This database connectivity, RESTful web service, and other stuff, right? Okay. We'll see. Spring Boot JMS is the topic of this particular weekend. This weekend, we are going to discuss how to do messaging based communication. What is that? Okay. Where is this, guys? What's your batch code? (7:30 a.m.) Spring Boot data JPA. Spring Boot REST. Right click, file upload. Tool CFS. Spring, guys. Oh, come on. Here, what is there? 717 Spring Boot REST. Session how much, guys? Swagger API. Thank you. Have a nice day.